3, 2, 1. I love you and everything is beautiful.
You love me and everything is beautiful.
I love you and everything is beautiful.
You love me and everything is beautiful.
I love you. Face me.
There.
I love you. I am great. I am lucid. I am full. I am dense.
We love each other.
We are intense. Oh, how beautifully the world is built. Silence. There is a noise as if an immense wheel were turning and moving in the air. A hurricane separates them. At the same time, two stars are seen colliding from them. And there falls a series of legs of living flesh with feet, hands, scalps, masks, colonnades, porticos, temples, alembics, falling more and more slowly as if falling in a vacuum. Then 3 scorpions, one after another, and finally a frog and a beetle, which come to rest with desperate slowness, nauseating slowness. The sky has gone mad! Let's hurry away from here.
He pushes the young girl before him. Enter a medieval knight in gigantic armour, followed by a wet nurse holding her breasts in her hands and puffing because her breasts are swollen.
Let go of your tits! Give me my papers! What's the matter with you?
Oh, daughter! There! With who?
Quiet! There's no girl there.
I'm telling you that they're screwing.
What the hell do I care if they're screwing?
Incest!
Midwife.
Plunging her hands deep into her pockets, which are as big as her breasts. Pimp!
She throws his papers at him.
Let me eat.
The wet nurse rushes out. He gets up and from each paper he takes a huge hunk of Swiss cheese. Suddenly he coughs and chokes.
Show me your breasts. Show me your breasts. Where did she go?
He runs out. The young man comes back.
I saw! I knew. I understood. Here, on a public street, the priest, the cobbler, the peddler, the entrance to the church, the red light of the brothel, the scales of justice. I can't stand it any longer!
Like shadows, a priest, a cobbler, a beadle, a bawd, a judge, a peddler arrive on stage.
I've lost her! Give her back to me! My wife!
Your wife? You're kidding!
Kidding? Maybe she's yours.
Maybe she is.
He runs out. The priest leaves the group and puts his arm around the neck of the young man.
To what part of your body do you refer most often?
To God.
Confused by the reply, the priest immediately shifts to a Swiss accent. But that isn't done anymore. We no longer hear through that ear. You have to ask that of volcanoes and earthquakes. We wallow in the little obscenities of man in the confession box. That's life.
That's life. Then everything is shot to hell.
Of course.
At this moment, night suddenly falls on stage. The earth quakes. There is furious thunder and zigzags of lightning in every direction. Through the zigzags, all the characters can be seen running around, bumping into each other and falling.
About like crazy, then an enormous hand seizes the board by her hair, which bursts into flames and grows huge before our eyes.
Bitch! Look at your body!
The board's body is seen to be absolutely naked and hideous behind her blouse and skirt, which becomes as transparent as glass.
Leave me alone, God!
She bites God in the wrist. An immense spurt of blood lacerates the stage, and through the biggest flash of lightning, the priest can be seen making the sign of the cross. When the lights go on again, all the characters are dead, and their corpses lie all over the ground. Only the young man and the board remain devouring each other with their eyes. The board falls into the young man's arms.
With the sigh of having an orgasm. Tell me how it happened.
The young man hides his head in his hands. The wet nurse comes back carrying the young girl under her arm like a little bundle. The young girl is dead. The board drops her on the ground where she collapses and becomes as flat as a pancake. The wet nurse no longer has her breasts. Her chest is completely flat.
Where did you put them? Give me my Swiss cheese!
Here you are! She lifts up her dress. The young man wants to run away, but he is frozen like a petrified puppet.
Don't hurt Mommy!
She-devil!
He hides his face in horror. A multitude of scorpions crawl out from beneath the wet nurse's dress and swarm between her legs. Her vagina swells up, splits, and becomes transparent and glistening like a sun. The young man and board run off as though lobotomized.
The Virgin. That's what he was looking for.
Three, 2, 1. I love you and everything is beautiful.
You love me and everything is beautiful.
I love